12 tasking apps for making money, online money making. If you're anything like us, then your phone is pretty much glued to your hands 24/7. Sound familiar? Well, keep reading to discover the best apps to help you make money on the go. Tasking apps are an easy way to make up to £15 a day when you're out and about, completing straightforward jobs on behalf of big companies. It might not suit everyone, but if you're observant, sneaky, able to get to the shops, alright at taking pictures with your phone, or simply looking to earn a few extra quid, tasking apps could be for you. Tasking apps are a little like mystery shopping, the crucial difference being that most of the time, there's no actual shopping involved. Bear with us here. Instead, a typical tasking app assignment will involve you being asked to go into a supermarket or shop. And rather than buying something, you just have a snoop around. You will be given a few questions to answer questions about items on the shelves, e.g., where they've been placed in store, and sometimes take pictures of a product, like a promotional display or something similar. Then in return you'll earn between £2 to £10. Easy money. There's usually no need to buy anything to take part, which is why this is a great money maker if you're scraping the bottom of your overdraft, unlike mystery shopping, where you're often expected to make a purchase and be refunded at a later date. To show you the sort of things these apps will ask you to do, here's an example of a recent job we completed. It earned us £5, and all we had to do was take some pictures of tomatoes in a supermarket. Seriously. Then, we had to count the different varieties available, e.g., 2 large tomatoes on the vine, 3 cherry tomatoes, etc., and then take more detailed photos of the display like this. The app will tell you exactly what to photograph, and all you have to do is take the pictures and answer the questions accurately. Check out our pick of the best apps for students. They'll all make your life easier in pretty much every way. Guaranteed. The amount you'll pocket will depend entirely on how much time you're willing to dedicate to using the apps, as well as where you're located. If you're in a city or a larger town, you might find there are jobs available on tasking apps every day. And if you have your own transport, even if it's a bike, your options are even better. Most jobs pay between £2 to £6, but we've seen as much as £15 for just one task before. The major selling point of tasking apps compared to other money-making apps is that as soon as your submission is accepted, which usually takes no more than a few hours, you can cash out straight away. Often, but not always. There's also no minimum payout amount that you need to reach. If you make £2 or £200, you can withdraw it instantly. Oh, and lots of tasking apps have other ways to make money aside from tasking. The most common are paid surveys, but we'd recommend checking out our guide to the best survey sites if that's the kind of thing you're interested in. Ideally, we'd recommend downloading all of the apps listed below. Often only a few will have jobs available at any one time. So to maximize your chances of making a steady stream of money, download as many of them as you can. This is the app we use most, but unfortunately it's pretty difficult to sign up to. You need to be invited to download the app, which is at least available on both Android and iOS. We got accepted by searching Romler invite on Twitter and asking someone for an invite. So it's not impossible. Tasks we've completed in the past have included taking photos of plant pots in a garden center and reporting which teas are on sale in the supermarket. Task variety is pretty wide, with everything from photos and video to offering opinions, feedback on a product. There aren't that many jobs available on StreetSpotter, but when they do pop up, they tend to be pretty highly paid and available across the board. This means the app might be good if you live in a smallish town, city where these kinds of opportunities don't tend to pop up much. Tasks are a lot less frequent on StreetBees but tend to be a fair bit higher paid. We've seen a lot of tasks available with a £10 plus payout. Therefore, even if just one job pops up a month, that could be the equivalent of one job per week on some of the other apps. Users report consistently decent earnings with Task 360, though, so it's definitely worth downloading if you have an iPhone. One of the busier tasking apps out there, both in terms of jobs available and the number of registered users. This also means the jobs are quite varied, too, so if you get bored easily, this one's probably a good shout. Use the link below to download the app and make sure you enter the code NEWEVQT when you sign up to get £1 of bonus credit. Another app that hasn't offered us any jobs since we've downloaded it, but sign up so you don't miss out if they need taskers for something. One recent reviewer on the Play Store reports that she earned nearly £10 from just 2 missions. So it could be a decent earner. Like a few of these apps. Premise asks you to complete a task when you first join. We had to take a photograph of the weather outside. That earned us 5p straight off the bat. But since then we've not had anything come through. Mobi doesn't tend to have a great number of tasks available at any one time. And each one available to us only paid 20p a go. Microwork doesn't pay a huge amount per task. But the number available is pretty impressive compared to some of the others on this list. Just beware that you may come across as slightly creepy completing some of these tasks. Lots of the jobs involve taking photos of people walking, cycling, and even sleeping. Clickworkers' tasks, or the ones available to us, at least, are slightly different to what you'd find on your standard tasking apps. Instead of going into shops and the like, the only ones available to us involve taking photos and videos of ourselves performing tasks. Nonetheless, we've seen other users say they've had more of your stereotypical tasks come up. So we've included it here. Although 12 apps may seem like a lot, once you've downloaded them all, you'll soon know which ones suit you best, and which ones are just clogging up your phone's memory. Check the apps frequently, although some apps send push notifications to your phone when a task is available. Some don't, as each location only requires one tasker for each job. We recommend checking your tasking apps every morning around 8 to 9 a.m. to give yourself the best chance of accepting the task before anyone else. Don't let the clock run out once you accept a job on one of these apps. There's a time limit within which you'll need to complete the task. Of course, you might want to reserve a job so you can do it later. So pay attention to how long the time you have is. Don't accept a task with a 1-hour window if you're writing an essay against the clock. Factor in travel costs. While, unlike mystery shopping, your earnings are usually 100% profit, i.e., you're not being reimbursed for buying something, the tasks almost always require you to be at a specific location. So if you're going out of your way to get there, tally up the cost of transport, including parking, and then compare it to the payout amount before taking on a task. Take clear images. It can be difficult to get a clear full-length shot of a shelf when you're in a busy supermarket. But that's what you're being paid to do. So make the effort or you could be wasting your time. If the app isn't happy with the pictures you submit, they could refuse to pay you for your task or ask you to do it again. Other than the fact that the pay can sometimes be less than great. The biggest downside to using tasking apps is that the jobs can occasionally be really awkward to do. For the most part, these jobs are supposed to be completed covertly, meaning the staff aren't meant to notice what you're up to. In larger stores, this is easily done. But for tasks at smaller businesses, it can be pretty difficult to complete the job without giving the game away. Sometimes an app will provide you with a letter of authorization to show disgruntled staff. But some shop owners may still be unhappy that you're taking pictures, so it can make for some awkward moments. You may be inclined to reject the tasks which seem more awkward to complete. But there's a catch, they also tend to be among the best paid. As such, before you accept or reject a task, it's best to read through the description of the job and weigh up how comfortable you'd feel completing it against how much money you could make. Have you started using supermarket cashback apps yet? You can use them to get huge discounts on food, and sometimes get it absolutely free. Check out our guide to making money from walking for more tips on topping up your bank balance as you go about your day. Disclaimer: all content on this website is based on individual experience and journalistic research. It does not constitute financial advice. Save the Student and its authors are not liable for how tips are used, nor for content and services on external websites. Common sense should never be neglected. We sometimes use affiliated links which may result in a payment following a visitor taking action, such as a purchase or registration, on an external website. This helps keep Save the Student free. The user experience shouldn't be any different, and our editorial decision making is not affected by such links. Like most sites, we use cookies to optimize your experience and serve personalized content. By using our website, you agree to our use of cookies. More info. Text source: savethestudent.org.